In the 2025.01 release, we have continued our work to migrate all tools to the new admin client. We've moved Workbench administration into the maintenance section. This tool is useful for when you have changes in personnel or users absent, as it gives you the ability to reassign items from their workbench. And so we can send these to a different user. Or we can just remove items from their workbench. And we've also added the ability to remove any folders that have been assigned to their workbench. We made it easy to find items using a filter editor. So here we are looking for a part. That begins with an 8. And we can remove those from the workbench. In systems, we've added file types and Freesearch. File types allows us to configure our file types recognized by DDM. So we can create new file types. And we can also edit existing file types, changing the descriptions and icons. The Freesearch tool is where we will configure and optimize our free search. We will look at parts as an example. On the left, we can see the fields that are currently being searched, and on the right, we see the fields that are available to search. To make it easier to find these parts, we have a filter editor and a search panel. So we can quickly find fields which we can add to our search. And we can optimize our search by removing unnecessary fields. The database tools that were found in the maintenance section in the old admin tool have been migrated. The purge by state function can now be found under states. If we have a look at parts, documents and drawings, we can right click to launch the purge wizard, or if we double click, we can select the Purge File Versions Now option. It should be noted that once purged, those files will no longer be accessible, but this allows you to free up space on your server. The system can also be configured to purge file versions when an item reaches a specified state. So in here we can select the Purge File Versions on arrival at this state, and we can select how many files should remain. Individual items can have their file versions purged from the DDM client. If I have a look at my recent items, this can be found under the right-click menu. We can select Purge here, and we can also select the Delete option here. The link attributes that were in the old admin tool have also been migrated. These can now be found under Attributes, File Contents, and they can also be found under Folders, Folder Content Attributes. Under the right-click menu, attributes can be edited, created and deleted. And these can also be found here in the ribbon. And the functionality remains the same. With these changes to the admin tool, the workflow editor is now a standalone tool. Under the right-click menu, we can select New, Remove or Edit for workflows, and these options are also available on the ribbon. And again, the functionality remains the same. Under System, Settings, File Server, we've added two new options. These add the ability to change the max batch size and the max batch quantity for files being loaded from the DDM client. This allows you to optimize your load process if you have users connecting remotely. We've enhanced the ability to connect to different servers. If we open the Client Configuration tool, we have an option here to enable server selection on login. If we now start DDM, you can see here we have our server option. In here we can select different servers to connect to. We can also add and remove servers in the right-click menu. When we select our server, we'll be reminded that the selected server configuration will now be used for all tools. So this will include tools such as SOLIDWORKS Version Updater, Data Import Tool, DDM AnyDocs, and the IronCAD Neutral File Updater.